guys? Mike here from ARG. I'm sitting down here with Paul Snyder. How you doing, Paul?
How you doing, man?
I'm going good. I'm good. So anyway, you're playing Infernoids this weekend, which is super awesome. The deck is savage. You've been playing it for like 6 months now, basically since it came out. So why do you like this deck a lot?
It's just so fun. When you activate Reasoning and you mill a bunch, and your opponents say it's no skill, and it's like, yeah, it isn't. I don't care.
It's like Dragon Ruler, 6 cents. Call 1 and 2, because I want to mill 6. So cool. Let's get right into it. So while it isn't like a very played deck, it has been played a lot. And one of the first things to notice is that you're not playing Light Swords. So what was your decision to cut Light Swords?
I felt like Raiden wasn't really doing much for me, so I just played Decatron and then just play Decatron. So if they call up any number but 1, I'm automatically knowing I'm getting a monster. And I only play 3 normal summon monsters because it's like less of a chance for you. You would mill more if you understand what I mean, instead of having 5 normal summon monsters.
So Decatron, if people don't know this, a new one came out. You normal summon it, you send one to the graveyard, and it gains the effect. It's permanent, right? It permanently gains the effect and the level.
Correct.
So like basically you can tutor for whatever you need at the moment. That's just, I hate your deck so much. so anyway, tell us about the new spell and trap cards you got in this set.
All right, so I play 2 Void Banishment. What it does is adds Void spell trap cards from deck or hand by discarding a card. So a good card to discard would be like any Infernoid monster, because they can be summoned from the grave regardless, similar to like Dragon Rollers, if you know what I mean, where they discarded with like Phoenix Wing Blast. So I would activate that card and search a new card called, well actually it's from the old set, but it's actually good now. It's called Void Launch. You can send 2 Infernoid monsters from your deck to the graveyard during your standby phase. So if you have multiple of those, you're kind of sending like 4 every turn, if you know what I mean. And it helps get to your key cards, such as Deviati, if you're fearing back row, or Anuka with your fearing monsters, whatever situation.
And you have like your own kind of version of breakthrough skill, but it's like reverse in the the Void Seer, correct?
Right.
And that is it's prevented by unaffected by card effects, right? And then the banish effect prevents destruction.
Correct.
Insane. And one of the best things you can do, or worst things a lot of people would say, is your mating mistake. Like the deck can just do that.
Yeah. The only search cards I play are Void Banishment, and like I'll take that like loss just to gain advantage with mistake.
It's like, and the funny thing is like the milling you're doing is like such to a high level that it matters in the game that you're basically searching by milling, but you're not searching.
So I can afford to play Mistake. It's so good.
So anyways, side deck, you got Spell Canceller out of one of. Archer Christie I really like. Tell us about that one.
Well, that's so like, I know it's good against Necros, but it also helps versus various other rogue matches that would like special summon. Like, hey, round 1, oh, Sylvan, I can slide that in. So I did that instead of playing 2 Spell Canceller.
So you just normally tribute summon this, or you like get it off reasoning.
Correct.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now I also noticed you're playing Shadow Imprisoning Mirror.
Right. That's in case I play random BA, like Shadal, just to help. I know my 2 friends, even though it's limited El Shadal Fusion, they still decide to play Shadal. So just in case people are like
There were a lot yesterday in the Players' Championship.
So that's why I brought those.
Fiend Comedian, classic trap cards. So tell us what this does. I'm pretty sure most people have no idea.
You flip a coin. If you call it right, banish all cards from opponent's graveyard. You call it wrong, you send cards from your deck equal to how many cards they have currently in their graveyard.
Good old Light Sword format cards.
So you could use that. So they say like you're ready to attack for game, but you know they have Valk. Banish all cards in the graveyard. You call it right. If not, no cards from your deck to summon monsters.
And then you also have one more Void card in here, Void Imagination, that you're only sideboard. So what does that do?
That lets you, if your opponent controls an extra deck monster, you can fuse cards from 6 cards from your deck to summon.
Oh, so that's what summons a new fusion one.
Right.
So what's that do? Because like that thing, I've only seen like pictures of the card. I haven't actually got to read it yet. It looks freaking insane.
It doesn't have the greatest effect. It's like a number thing, so depending on how many you use, if you know what I mean. So if you use 3, you can send 3 cards from your extra deck to the graveyard. You use 5, you send, I think, 3 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard. And if you send like 8, you could send, I forget what it is, like some cards from your hand to the graveyard or something. But you mainly don't use it for the effect. If they're playing against decks like Burning Abyss, where you don't want them to send Dante from the extra deck.
Right.
So you just use it just to send the 6 from your deck, the fusion cost. It helps you gain advantage. And he's a 34 beta, which isn't bad.
So it's basically like the fusion version of the Horus Synchro.
Right, and I mainly side it instead of main it, just because like, if I main it against Necros, they're never
what
going to
kind
go
of
into extra
matchups
deck.
does that go in against? I'm just kind of curious.
Mostly like decks that would summon from the extra deck, so similar to like Burning Abyss, Shadal, maybe rogue decks that like start off with like a first turn Felgrand or something.
You're not worried about the El Shadal fusion getting some pluses off that?
Right, they will, but you get 6 cards from your deck. It's pretty crazy.
Very true, very true. The one other thing I saw in here that I thought is pretty neat is that now that you have the level 1, you get to run more Synchro monsters, even without the rated.
Right.
Gaia Knight Force of the Earth, classic Synchro monster. Tier 1 OP, should be banned. Should be banned. I mean, just the fact that like the normal vanilla Synchro monsters and Xyz, which like, you think about it, you don't think they're vanilla, but they are.
Yeah.
Just don't count for the level of rank.
It helps it push for so many OTKs. You can open an all-monster hand, and your opponent passes like nothing, and you can win for game.
All right,
just
so,
by summoning a bunch.
Very important question for you. So, everything goes well today, you make tomorrow. You make the top cut.
Yeah.
You win the tournament. What do you do with the money?
I can only spend it on Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? Oh no, I actually get money or some points.
You can spend it on anything.
Ooh.
You go.
I'm going on vacation first next week.
Yeah, you can get flights.
And then I'm gonna save the rest probably for college or something.
I'm gonna save the rest for college because I want to be a banker or
oh yes.
What, an accountant?
Accountant, Fraser Smith. That's
Fraser
you.
Smith, white Fraser Smith. Everyone. Well, Paul, thanks for sitting down with us.
No problem.
Stay tuned to ARG all weekend for the coverage of the championship series at twitch.tv/ARG Live for Yu-Gi-Oh! And twitch.tv/ARG Live 2 for Force of Will and Card Fight on Sunday. And as always, guys, play hard or go home.